a whole new world. That reminds me.
Went
to Disney. Did you know that?
Wait, so hold on. You went to Disney or you went to Disney on Ice?
Disney on Ice. I have to say, Disney on Ice. I went 2 years in a row to take the daughters, And last year, it was a little bit of choreography, a little bit of skating. This year, they did some crazy stuff. We had some trampoline stuff, a little circusry. Is that a word, circusry?
No, wait. So they're skating, and now they're putting skates on trampolines?
So, no. Skates were off, so they had a kind of a group that is what it is, but they'd ride on those little hoverboards. That's how they would get around on the ice. They'd ride the hoverboards. They get to the trampolines. They would do acrobatics. They had people on stilts walking around the ice. They had a segment where, what's the deal with in gymnastics where you're holding the big long piece of cloth?
Oh yeah, like
around.
silks.
Yeah, so they added a lot of that kind of stuff with the people on skates.
So this is Disney Cirque du Soleil.
Basically, very good show. I was extremely shocked. If you have a young kid, go to Disney on Ice. I mean, it was awesome.
Hold on, let's be clear. Like, I remember Disney on Ice as a kid being you just watching the Muppets skate around, and some of them were good. Some it didn't bother me, but I'm seeing the Muppets.
Yeah, no Muppets.
You're saying at this point, watching Disney on Ice is getting more and more entertaining for you as an adult person.
I would go watch the show without kids. That's how good I thought the show was.
What's the price compared to going to like a Cirque du Soleil?
Oh, really comparable. I mean, it's like Missouri Branson show is what it literally was. I mean, it was probably 20, 30, 40 bucks a person. And you go up there. I don't know if it was different. We sat front row because my wife loves to sit in the front row at this thing. So you can be right on the ice with them. Kids love it. They're glowing, blowing bubbles with their super affordable bubble makers.
That's not true.
Yeah, every time I'm like, there's 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents. Did you know you can make a bubble maker for $40? They were really high-end components, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Made of gold.
Had to have one, had the lights, had the bubbles. It was cool. She liked it. I think she's maybe got $40 worth of joy as 9 days have gone on and I have bubble marks all over my ceiling. But other than that, that stunk. But the show itself, absolutely. I would say everyone should go to Disney on Ice. If they do well this year, I would imagine it would be better. But last year, just skating. This year, all the other editions, it was pretty cool.
They said, let's turn it up. We're going to crank this experience to 11, Cirque du Soleil Disney style.
They had two cats climb on this corner piece of the stage on a large bendy rod. I don't know how often they replace these, but it seemed extremely dangerous.
This is a scenario where you say these two cats, and this could have genuinely been cats. It's Disney.
Two people.
Okay, so
two people. No cats. Okay. Two people. Two people climb up this pole. They sit on it, kind of, sort of. They buckle in, and they're basically, imagine a rod sitting right on their butt, and they're sitting on a stool. So they let down these big glow-in-the-dark deals, and they start swinging from side to side, throwing their weight forward, throwing their weight back, way over the audience, way back, way over the audience.
Okay.
They start spinning.
I'm in. I'm excited.
I mean, it was an absolute circus performance, and you should go.
All right. Well, I'm kind of sold now.
Yeah.
Are they? So this thing, does it travel or is it?
So imagine the scene, okay? Moana. Everyone's seen Moana.
You're saying Moana, right?
She rides around on the boat. She's got the crazy lava monster. So the crazy addition is, do you know in the Olympics where they started, I think it was a couple years ago, maybe 2 Olympics ago, they have that insane projector experience where they
can project onto the floor and it doesn't look like it gets shadowed.
It's insane. They brought that into the experience where the entire wall is a movie backdrop. So they did the floor and the wall, Moana riding around on her, whatever you call, small little sailboat. Mm-hmm. And you know the scene where they split the water?
Yeah.
So on the ice is the water split. And on the wall is the lava monster. And he is in full HD, leaning forward, rah, making all of his noise. And I'm like, this is the craziest, coolest thing I've ever seen. If I was a kid, my mind would be blown.
I was going to say, how did your daughter respond to this experience?
Probably not even as excited as I was. I mean, it was quite a lot to take in. And as you go down, it's the scene where she's going to put the little stone
heart,
on his nose.
the heart back in.
So imagine there's a real life chick projector floor, crazy lava monster, as tall as
Holding
the
up
building.
a green glowing doober.
She drives the little deal down, walks over towards the wall. The thing faces her, and she acts like she puts a stone on the nose, and I'm mind blown. I'll have to show you the video. I mean, it really
So you
is.
videoed this.
Oh, yeah.
You can't.
Oh, I went in there live streaming, in there showing all my neighbors. Here we go. Here it is for you, too. And you, and you.
Right.
Yeah.
When we were kids, you remember how they said like no live video feed, no anything like that? Do you think that is not as big a deal now because it's basically free advertising for their experience?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You think all those people ripping off Joe Rogan episodes, you think of all the little plugs from sporting events.
Right.
All it does is make the sport bigger.
Right. Like here we are talking about, Disney on Ice. And I mean, we could even show half of your footage.
I will show you this shot in there. You have to see it. It's intense. I mean, it literally, like, whoever thought, you know what we should do? We should put that lava monster on the wall and then pretend that we talk to it.
Right. Which is funny because you have to imagine that the brainstorming moment when, Walter comes in and goes, guys, new plan. We're going to make the monster real. He's going to be up on the wall. It's going to be interactive. You guys saw the Olympics. And everyone goes, no way, man. That's not happening. Or do you think they're all in? They're like, that's the next thing. We're absolutely in on this.
I wouldn't doubt that they were. The moment that they saw the ice thing, I would imagine they've been working on this for a while.
Yeah.
But last year, there was a set against the wall. So where they're all coming out of is there was a set where, props and things where they could stand on,
Sure.
walk upstairs. This year, there was an element to where they kind of sort of used it, but it was basically a big movie screen. So you had a wall that they kind of came in and out of.
And after all of that is done, they're like, you know what else we need? Trampolines and dudes on poles.
Yeah. I'm just telling you. I mean, like I kind of forgot to mention that, but the projector experience was through every one of the themes, and they had it ingrained with everything that you were watching. So when Aladdin was going on and they were doing the flying carpet deal,
Going through Agrabah and all that.
Yeah, they were showing you those scenes in the background while these two are dancing, and it might even just make it to where they don't have to be as good of dancers as well, because there's a whole lot to watch. But I will say that they upped their game. Their talent was much better. The one that we watched last year, there was like 4 falls. Wah, wah.
Oh yeah, those are the ones where like you immediately feel embarrassed for the person that's butt on the ice.
Yeah, but this year no one fell. Some really good dancers, a little bit of acrobatics. I'm telling you, it's worth the price of admission. Don't buy the bubbles.
Sold. You had me at don't.
But I will say that if you've ever bought a bubble machine, it's a pretty good bubble machine.
Really?
It's a pretty good bubble machine.
Is it a good bubble machine because of the bubble juice that they used or because of the actual machine?
No, I refilled it. It literally blows bubbles the entire time you push the button, as opposed to most bubble machines that pretend to blow bubbles, but like kind of do and then kind of don't.
And then dribble down the front of it.
This one actually blows bubbles. She runs from me around the house, and you can chase her because there's a stream of bubbles. A trail everywhere. I mean, it's a good bubble machine. It's just not $40 good.
Or maybe it is. Maybe that's exact. If you want quality bubble machines, you pay $40.
Oh no, this thing's still breaking soon. I mean, it's still out for the count.